All right, we're back. So we're talking about part 3 of the buyer process if you're buying a property. Okay, so we're just kind of going through the steps of what you can expect. Okay, so we just got done negotiating our inspection items.
Good job.
Okay, and so I usually call Olga and I'll say, hey, we're good, we're moving forward, order appraisal.
So the next step is appraisal. Why we need an appraisal? So obviously you're bringing down payment. However, bank needs to understand, are they lending on the house that actually worth the money?
So I always explain appraisal as a second opinion of value, right? So when we looked at the property, I pull comps and I will tell you, hey, I think this house is worth XYZ, right? The bank wants, since they're the ones giving you money for this property, right? They want to make sure that they agree with my opinion, right?
Yes. You can not have appraisal. It's not actually up to you. The bank will decide. So we do have systems. If there's enough down payment, if there's enough information in the system about the property, we could get a waiver for appraisal. So that means bank doesn't give.
Well, what that means is that their internal value came back high. Okay, so if you usually we see that when people are putting down 20% and more. Okay, we don't see very many appraisal waivers on FHA buyer, which is 3.5% down or 5%.
I mean, you have to be at 15 and over to really see that.
But ultimately, it's a second way to protect you and to protect the bank, because they want to make sure that you're not overpaying for a property that you're buying, right? So they send out a professional appraiser who goes out there and, it's their opinion of value, right? So sometimes they come out. Mainly we want to make sure it appraises for what we're purchasing it for, right? So if you're purchasing it for a flat number, 500,000, they want to make sure it's at least worth 500,000. Sometimes they'll come back and they'll say it's worth 520 or 550, then you really know you're getting a good deal. But a lot of times it will just come back at the purchase price. Now, there are different appraisals. There's FHA appraisal. There's a VA appraisal, which in turn, they're looking for different things, right?
They're looking for condition of the house. Is it livable?
Is it livable? They have different guidelines like no peeling paint, no tripping hazards. So if you're buying a house that needs a lot of updating or has some deferred maintenance, a lot of times they will call things out on the appraisal report, which then goes back to the seller, and we ask the seller to fix those items. So not necessarily always a bad thing, but it is a thing to get past.